What we're doing is we're talking to people about some of the things that the guys on the 24-hour news network, some of the way that they've been discussing the Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Joe Scarborough said that a black guy running for president is uppity, and asked, and I'm sure he was joking, but asked, what about his shoe shining skills?
What do you feel, what do you think about these?
Wow, that's despicable. That's absolutely disgusting. It makes me sick hearing that.
Here's what Chris Matthews said about Barack Obama. He said that Barack Obama is not a convincing dad, and said that black men who go to college without a basketball scholarship are unacceptable to Midwestern guys. That's pretty harsh. Okay, read on. Okay.
Barack Obama reminds him of a televangelist, an embezzling televangelist, tap dancing his way through testimony on the witness stand. Oh, okay. Whenever Obama comes on television, I instinctively put my hand over my wallet. Yeah.
I use that one. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Who said this?
Tucker Carlson.
About?
Barack Obama.
That's wrong.
Tim Russert said that it's ironic that a self-avowed minority leader didn't do any rapping during the debate. And
it's totally out of line. It's like, it sounds like it came from the 1950s.
Wow.
And
That's awful.
Yeah, that's very shocking. I don't think that's right at all.
You don't have to voice your opinion like that and totally degrade somebody.
Tucker Carlson, also from MSNBC, described Barack Obama as smooth talking and jive talking, and said that the reason there are so few blacks in Congress is because most of them are big old pimpin' smart and don't need to worry about lawmaking.
Not acceptable, not at all.
I think their attitude is just playing on the fear and the politics of stereotypes and not really going at the heart of the issue, which is education and economic status.
Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I didn't even know, because I know both of those guys, and I didn't hear that they said that, but it's really disgusting. And for somebody to knock them down, especially with the black thing and the race card, that's ridiculous. I thought those guys had a little more class about them, you know. I mean, all three of those guys, they're well known, they're respected in the world of the media, and for them to say something like that, it makes them look ridiculous.
It just goes to show the intelligence level of these people who have mentioned nothing about his policies or what he plans to do for the country or hopes to do or won't be able to do.
If some of these guys are saying these things, how come nobody is saying anything?
What do you think about a comment like that?
I think it's way over the top. These are actually proven quotes?
They're not.
Yeah.
He really said that. That's a direct quote.
No, he didn't say that. What Carlson said was about Hillary Clinton. And what he said was, when she comes on television, I involuntarily cross my legs. That's true. And described her as castrating, overbearing, and scary. Chris Matthews said about Hillary Clinton that she was a witchy she-devil stripteaser with a voice like fingernails on a blackboard.
That's up. Can I say that?
Those things were not said about Barack Obama. But what they did say...
Oh my God, my heart just skipped a beat. I was like, thank God.
Okay, I'm going to tell you honestly what was said, and it was all about Hillary. Okay. This is Tucker Carlson. Whenever she comes on television, I involuntarily cross my legs.
What do you think about comments like this made about a woman who's running for president?
It's pretty brutal. I think, again, that's really ignorant and really chauvinistic, and who would want to be with a guy like that, you know?
If it's anything degrading her as a woman, then, I mean, that's, you know, that's out of line.
There really is no group for a woman, because as soon as a woman attacks or goes after someone in defense of herself, all of a sudden she's a Nazi, she's a lesbian, she doesn't like men, she's a man-hater, so that's all.
Who said that?
Tucker Carlson on MSNBC.
Tucker Carlson's the punk.
I always thought she had a bigger than Obama.
Chris Matthews said that she was not a convincing mom, and modern women like her are unacceptable to Midwest guys, and referred to her as Nurse Ratched. Joe Scarborough said that a woman running for president is shrill, and very shrill, and asked, what about her housekeeping skills?
I think
think she's setting an awesome example as a mother. I don't know what they're talking about.
So it should be more on what she stands for and what she plans to do for the country and hopes to do, or is not able to do, as opposed to how well she cooks. Because, you know, my aunt can't cook, and that doesn't mean she's a bad person. So I think that these people, again, obviously have a really low intelligence level, if I may say.
I mean, what a pig to say something like that.
Now that's terrible. I mean, women have a lot of power. I don't think that's a very fair remark. I mean,
Yeah, it's a very old-minded way of thinking, you know, to stick the, you know, the wife at the house and be a house mom. I mean, she actually makes more than I do at the house. And, you know, I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, she's a pretty strong person. And
Plus, she's really, really hot.
oh, hell yeah.
And Mike Barnacle compared Hillary Clinton to everyone's first wife standing outside a probate court.
Oh, boy. Well, then you don't have to be with her, but it doesn't mean she can't run the country.
I think certain men are threatened by women of power because they feel like they need to be the man and be in front and, you know, run the world just because that's the way they're brought up. That's the way it's always been in history.
I don't know, maybe he had a bad experience with his mom or got beat up by girls when he was younger or something. I don't know.
Tucker Carlson described Clinton as whining and said that the reason there are so few women in Congress is that most women are so sensible they don't want to get involved in something as stupid as politics.
I think the country's a big, good old boys club, and it has been for 200 years. And we kind of forget that because it's politically correct to forget that and politically correct to pretend that that's not an issue anymore.
Tucker Carlson's the punk.
It's just really sad. I feel really bad for him.
Well, I think it's very closed-minded. I think people are afraid.
Tim Russert, one of the MSNBC guys, said that there was irony in a self-avowed feminist showing emotion.
Attacking a woman really is the most acceptable form of political, I guess, pundency nowadays. And I guess you could say women are the new black, if you want to go...
I have said that.
Okay.
In fact, recently. Is she scary to you?
No, not at all.
Oh, so you think the society is more tolerant of sexism than racism?
I don't know. What do you think?
It's weird that that doesn't offend me as much as the Obama comments that weren't true, but it's interesting. It doesn't bother me as much.
Well, if what I believe what you're saying that they said, and if that's so, then that would be my conclusion.
Do I live in a cave that I didn't hear something like that? I mean...
No, you don't live in a cave. Nobody really made a big fuss about it. Is it surprising to you that somebody in the press would say something like that?
They're showing their 5-year-old behavior by responding like that.
It's supposed to be a person of power, a political power, who's saying these things about her. They obviously have some insecurities about themselves and need like a kiss from their mommy or something. I don't know.
They're trying to put on their game face for TV, but it's still slipping through. That really says something, I think. It's sort of like this codification of sexism. It's a little, you know, you know what we're saying. You know what I mean? They're getting their message through in subtle ways, in sneaky little ways, with a little comment here and a little comment there.
I'm wondering if we would have heard about any of those things that were said if the slurs were racial instead of sexist.
I think if they're racial, there'd be more of an uproar. I think there's more sensitivity towards racism in this country. It doesn't make it right, even if it's for a woman. I mean, if she would have cried, she gets accused of being sensitive. If she doesn't cry, she's insensitive and a RoboCop. So the point, if they're out to get you, they're out to get you. I mean, she's just got to do what she's been doing and promote her platform, get her message out there. And these people obviously are out to get her.
We don't know what people are really going to do when they pull that curtain, but there's a lot of very quiet racists and sexists and misogynists that are all going to put John McCain in the White House in November.
After I read the fictional Barack quotes, you asked me, are these comments for real? Do you think if you didn't know what this was all about and I had read the Hillary quotes first, you would have had that same reaction?
No, I don't.
What do you think that says about racism versus sexism in this country?
It seems like it's a little stronger in the sexism card being played. Definitely. I mean, right away.
Well, maybe we need to pay more attention, and, you know, there needs to be outrage that racism is wrong and so is sexism. Okay?
Tucker Carlson's the punk.